for me, if God is for me, Romans 8:31 says, if God be for us, who can be against us? And I don't know about you, but I handle life a lot differently when I know God is on my side. When I truly believe in my heart that the Lord has my back, I can be a whole lot bolder in my decision making. I could take on challenges that are outside of my means when I know God is backing me up. Now, truth be told, I don't always feel like that. I should, and I know He is always with me, and that doesn't change. But from time to time, I might feel as though I've stepped out of line, and somehow I've made one too many bad decisions, and perhaps I have stepped out of from under the umbrella protection, out of the shadow of the wings of the Almighty. You know, that's how we feel from time to time, if we're honest, when we're going through life. But whenever I pray, when I get myself back right with the Lord, and I know that He is with me, I will make decisions a whole lot differently than when I don't feel like He's with me. Now, someone who feels like he's walking with the Lord, or she's walking with the Lord, behaves differently. Now, here's the thing. Whenever you're going through a sunshine season of your life, it doesn't make much difference. You can have a person who believes they're walking with God, a person who doesn't believe they're walking with God, and they can look just as happy. One can look just as happy as the other. It can seem like everything is great. They're confident. They're full of boldness and all these things. It doesn't matter, because sunshiny seasons can mask the symptoms of a sick spirit. Take a moment and let that soak in. When you're going through good times, that can mask what's actually happening inside of you. But whenever all of a sudden the weather changes and you go through a storm in your life, then you can feel the pressure. And if you're not walking with the Lord, when the pressure comes on, then you can experience fear and dread and doubt, and it can cause you to make irrational decisions. And so it's best to be walking with the Lord all the time. That way, when the hard times come, instead of doing things out of panic and things that will take us years to unravel, we can make rational decisions. 2 Timothy says in 1:7, 2 Timothy 1:7 says that the Lord is not given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And that's what we want. When you're walking with the Lord, you have that. You feel faith, you feel hope, you feel love, you feel confidence, and you can make wise decisions. But when you're not walking with the Lord, fear will come on you. As I said, when the pressure comes on and when you're going through a stormy season. I remember a time in my life where I was a young youth pastor. And being the young youth pastor, when a donation came into the church in the way of a 40-foot long rope, it was the job of the youth pastor to climb up the tree and hang that rope to make a swing for all the children and the youth to enjoy. And so I thought, this is no problem, there's no big deal. I grew up with 3 large trees in my backyard. I used to climb them on a regular basis. I built tree camps and just play in the trees all the time, so this will be a piece of cake, right? And so I began climbing the tree as I'd climbed many trees before. Just from one limb to the next, you go up kind of like a ladder and just going from limb to limb to limb, all the way up till I got about 30 feet in the air and found the perfect limb to hang the rope from. And so now came the tricky part. I had to sit down on the limb and kind of shimmy my way out onto the limb, far enough away from the trunk of the tree so that people can swing and not hit the tree, right? And so somewheres in the middle there, between the point I was trying to get to and from the safety of the trunk, I just remember becoming keenly aware of my surroundings. And all of a sudden, a spirit of dread came on me. And I just froze for a moment. I remember thinking to myself, what in the world am I doing out here? And I didn't know for a while if I'd have to call for help and get the fire department to come out and rescue me out of that tree or something. But after a moment, I collected myself and I was able to hang the rope and slide down, and it was enjoyed by many for many years to come. But for that moment there, I remember that fear and that dread gripping me. And that's what can happen to us when we're going through things in life and we step out on a limb, following the Lord, where all of a sudden pressure comes on and we start to question, have I gotten too far away from the safety of my main trunk? Have I gotten too far away from the Lord? Am I out here all alone? And what's going to happen if this doesn't work out? And so what we got to do is just always restore our faith in the Lord. Know that we are walking with him. And if God be for us, who can be against us? That's what we have to remind ourselves of and encourage ourselves in the Lord, like David did when everybody was going against David at one point. And when they was spoiled by their enemies, all of their possessions were taken, and they came back and they were ready to stone David. It says David encouraged himself in the Lord. And that's what we got to do from time to time. Just encourage ourselves in the Lord. Know that he is with me. He is fighting for me. He is on my side. He has my back. I'm not on this journey alone. I am on this journey because I am following the Lord. And when you have that for your peace of mind, that will get you through any storm, any pressures of life, knowing that God is with you. And if God be for us, who can be against us?